Hello everyone, my name is Nicole and I'd like to present you my project. Brazil is a country rich in diversity, cultural, natural and folklore. Among all of these elements, I believe folklore is the least known and explored. Which is a shame because we have so many beautiful stories that made our country even more fascinating. I grew up listening to legends like Iara, Cuca, Saci Pererê, Curupira. However, the legend that impacted me the most was the one of Naipe and Tarobá. As it is a story from the region where I born, near the Iguaçu Cataratas. I lived until I was 16 in a city that was only an hour away from the falls, and I remember visiting this magical place so many times in my childhood. Anyway, this geographic proximity made this legend the one I connected the most, and also the one that inspired my capsule collection. Before I show you guys the collection, I'd like to briefly telling you the legend. So, before the Iguaçu Falls, there is only Paraguay and Iguaçu rivers. On the riverbank lives a prosperous indigenous tribe. The village was happy and harmony until mysteriously the fish began to disappear. Worried about the fame, the cacique of the village asked Enboy to help them. Enboy was a great spirit of the water and he is described as a huge serpent. Enboy agreed to help them in the condition that every 10 years the most beautiful young woman of the village will be sacrificed to him. For generations, the village kept this practice in secret and lived in peace. Until the day that Enboy saw the most beautiful girl he ever saw it. They said the girl is so pretty that when she looks at the river, the water stops. The name of the girl was Naipe, and he demanded that she's gonna be the next one to be sacrificed to him. The problem was that she already found the love of her life, the warrior Tarobá. Desperate, Naipe and Tarobá decide to flee to the Paraguay River, where they believe Enboy couldn't reach them. On a full moon night, the couple get into a canoe and paddles into the freedom. As they approach the Paraguay River, Enboy noticed their escape. Furious, he used his body to create deep cracks in the river, forming huge waterfalls and block our way. With no other choice, Naipe and Tarobá confront Enboy, who turned them into a rock and a palm tree. Respectfully. In all of this mess, Tupa, the god of thunder and storm, got really angry with the Enboy's selfishness, imprisoned him forever in the Devil's Toll, highest fall in the Iguaçu Falls. And inspired by this beautiful legend and some studies of cool hunting about the Brazilian aesthetic in the world, I created my capsule collection. For the first and the second look, I decided to explore more artisanal techniques as crochet, embroidered, and kick knit, which are very popular in Brazil. I opted for a more organic approach where the seamstresses use the three techniques together to create a textile art reminiscent of tree moss and snakeskin. In the first look, I chose a long fitted dress with two cuts out that highlight even more the idea of the serpent of the legend. Additionally, I like the idea that the body is gonna be the tree and the dress is gonna be the moss. For the second look, I chose a more fluid and comfortable skirt with some triangle tips at the hem, reminiscent of snake heads. The sample is completed with a fitted top with some crystals like this one in the hem. Continuing with the fluid and organic theme, the third look is a brown dress full of cutouts, textures, and finishes. This entire look is inspired by the baskets that indigenous women make with palm leaves, as well as the palm tree in the legend. I remember always seeing this woman sewing these baskets when I was in my way to the fall. However, I chose a more textural fabric that really reminded me of the wood of the palm trees, and the neckline shape was inspired by indigenous craftsmanship, as if an indigenous woman started waving her basket and left it unfinished. To represent this unfinished process, I designed a skirt full of frills, symbolizing the incompleted waving. I replicate this idea in the next looks using the same skirt but in red and in a different texture of fabric. And all of this look is inspired by the indigenous body painting, so the texture of the fabric is a little triangles that really remind me indigenous body painting. I also designed a all shoulder and necklace to create this illusion of body painting. On look 5, I decided to explore more Brazilian sexuality and mysticism with a long dress made by a transparent and textured fabric. The fitted bodysuit and flare skirt perfectly represent the wild water of the falls. The dress also adorned with transparent drop-shaped crystal, further invoking the waterfall. Following the same principle of the dress, the sixth look features a top and skirt made with the same materials. Instead of represent the falling waters, this skirt is inspired by the impact of the water in the bottom of the falls, using organic shapes supported by a wire structure to create this effect. Follow the idea that a waterfall starts straight and spin in the end. The top is designed to fit closer to the body. So this collection was created with the intention to explore Brazilian folklore, which is still not highly explored or known outside Brazil. Additionally, it explored the Brazilian aesthetic, which has been successfully abroad for years, always highlighting the sexuality, manual techniques, and textured and colorful fabrics that represented my country so well. I also use Brazilian fauna and flora in a subtle way in the collection, incorporate organic shapes or textures to evoke this aesthetic of Brazil. I believe this aesthetic will be whole clothing and should also be explored in the photography and the market of the collection. With this in mind, I decided to create something more tangible for you. I'm making one of the dresses myself and created a small fashion film to show how I envisioned the collection being presented to the world. Well everyone, this was my project. I would like to thank you guys very much for the attention and the opportunity. I also would like to thank you my mother who helps me to film this fashion film. That's it, goodbye, and I really hope meet you all soon.